Good afternoon, everyone. Hey, this is Bruce Marshall from Simpler Trading with the nightly video update for Wednesday, June the 10th. And happy Fed Day. We had Fed FOMC meeting today with Powell commentary today. We'll talk about that in a second. And let's just jump in here. As you guys know, I like to talk about the S&P primarily because it gives us the broadest representation of the market. So let's get started. All right, so this is today, Wednesday, and we knew the Fed was going to announce at 1 o'clock. This was the announcement, and look at this. We had a little. I was actually in the room talking when it happened. I don't remember exactly what came first, but a little flash down here, and then a big move up, and then a big move up here. And I was looking at this 32.23. This is SPX. And I thought, well, maybe this is it. Maybe we get some continuation. And this is when I believe Powell came out and said that we're going to keep rates low forever, basically. He said through 2022, not 2021, 2022, and which is pretty amazing. And we know that the unemployment rate right now is about 13%, and he was projecting that it drops to about 9%, and 9% is still it's pretty hefty, right? So I guess the euphoria was short-lived, and we came down here, and we're actually down a little bit lower after hours. Nothing major, but here is one of the problems that I see. This is the what have you done for me lately market. Euphoria lasts about 20 minutes and then, okay, that's it. Give me something new. Trillions of dollars have helped up to this point, but, what's going to keep going? And, honestly, everything is, if you've been listening to what I've been saying on the videos every week, once again, things have not changed with me. We just continue to get extended here on the indexes. This is the S&P, and of course on the NASDAQ here we closed above 10,000 for the first time. Historic move, 10,155. This is NDX, and this was the all-time high here. And remember, we're in the middle of the pandemic, right? Slam down like it never happened, and we have actually gone vertical here instead of chopped this way. We're now just going completely straight up. And I said last week, that can somewhat be justified in the fact that the names that are really moving are all tech names. We've got, of course, Amazon, Google, Apple has been on fire, Tesla today on fire, etc. And Zoom and all the other the ones that are benefiting from this whole lockdown and all that kind of stuff. So that is to be expected, but no one can look at this and think that we're not due for a tiny pullback. Something. You got to have some consolidation at some point, along the way. It just happens, right? So I'm not buying this up here. I'm not fading it or shorting it either. I definitely don't want to short it because this thing can just, it can just keep going, right? That's what you get for $7 trillion or whatever we've got now. Balance sheet's over $7 trillion, I believe now. Doesn't have to make sense, but it sure doesn't look. It looks scary. This is to me. This is the roller coaster. And we're on the roller coaster ride, and then what happens here? I don't know. I don't know how far you come down here. I suspect we come down here. This 20-day moving average here. I suspect 9,500 is, easily on the NDX, within reach. But I just don't know when. Is it another week or 2 months or whatever? We're basically out of earnings season, so there's not much left to keep pushing this thing higher. I don't think we're past the Fed meeting. So I suspect, and I've been saying this, I sound like a broken record. I suspect we'll pull back a little bit here, take a breather. All the Robinhood people will jump in and buy this thing as soon as it dips at all, and we should probably keep expecting to go up. So that is how I'm playing it. I'm very light. I've only got two positions on right now. One's in Gilead and one's in the S&P. And my S&P trade is actually a neutral double diagonal, so I don't care if it goes up or down within reason. So I don't really have any conviction either way, but it's really hard for me. It would be hard for me to buy it here as as a bullish trade. So that's the way that I look at the market. So what I would say at this point is to stay light, stay nimble, keep your size small and your conviction large, when you do trades, and be ready for, a pullback. And if we get one, understand the pullback in your levels and know kind of when to jump back in, and maybe it takes a couple of days down, a couple of weeks down, or something like that. I don't know. We won't know until we know what causes it to come down, if it's an event, a catalyst, or if it's just profit taking and and we drift lower or something like that. But all I'm saying is just use caution and common sense too, because nothing is making sense about this market. So be careful out there. I wish I had some individual names to throw out, but I really don't. Of course, I would we expect Tesla probably pulls back to the 1,000 range, and that's kind of crazy to say pulls back. I'd be interested probably in Amazon, probably be interested in Shopify, long here. I'm still long Gilead, so watching that. But other than that, I'm more of a spectator at this point. A lot of cash on the sidelines. I'll take advantage when I see opportunities, but for now I'm light and happy. So hope this helps, makes sense, and I'll see you guys at the next update. Thanks a lot. Take care.